Welcome back everyone to the channel for another video. This is Q50 Beast. Today we're taking a look at the 2021 BMW M4. I mean, look at this thing. The front end is amazing. Look at the grille, it's massive. The amount of detail that was put into this thing is through the roof. I'm so glad I got my hands on it and I got a drag tune for you. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so going over to the conversions, we went with the stock engine. This is an amazing engine. That thing sounds great. We're going with it. We left this thing rear wheel drive, and over to the engine component, we went with the race intake. We went with the race fuel system, race ignition, race exhaust to make that thing sound excellent. We also went with the race camshaft. We went with race valves. We have a race engine displacement, and we have race compression. We went with the race twin turbos, and we went with the race intercooler. We did nothing with the oil cooling on this one, and we went with the race flywheel. Over to the brakes, of course, we went with race brakes and race suspension. This car doesn't look dumb. Look at it. It's low to the ground. It's low set. It just looks like a race car, and that's what we're doing. Race suspension, race front anti-roll bars, race rear anti-roll bars. We did nothing with the chassis reinforcement, and we went with a full weight reduction on this car. Full weight reduction. Make it as light as possible. Over to the clutch, we went with a race clutch, a race transmission. We went with a race drive line, and we also went with a race differential. Over to the tires, we're doing a drag build, so we got a drag compound on this thing. All right, so we're gonna put a drag compound on this car so we can get that traction down. We did nothing with the front tire width, left it alone, and we went all the way wide with the rear, 305s. Choose the lightest wheels you like. We went with these and painted them black. Thought it was fitting for the color scheme. Think it looks pretty good. We did nothing with the front tire width size, left it at 19, and we left the rear at 20s, left it alone. We extended the rear track width to help with handling, and we did nothing with the front, left it narrow. Moving over to the aerodynamics in the front, we did nothing with it. This one looks pretty cool for some different applications. That's the Forza one, and this one looks pretty cool. I mean, it's a good looking front end, but we went with the stock one so that we can help ourselves out with the drag racing. All right, this is the stock bumper. Looks pretty cool. This one looks pretty interesting, and I know it'll help with handling, but we're not doing that. We're doing a drag build today, so we blanked this thing out so we can make this thing fast on the drag strip. On the rear end, we went with this one here. Looks good. This one is epic, but it slowed us down for the half-mile time, so this is for other applications, but this one still looks really good. And the same thing with the side skirts. It looks great with the carbon fiber, but it's just not helping with the drag tune. All right, so we left that alone. For the tires, went 31.5 in the front and 15 in the rear so we can get that power down. We went with a 220 final drive, 390 first gear, 255 second gear, 210 third gear, 165 fourth gear, 130 fifth gear, 0.96 gear, 0.80 seventh gear, and 0.70 for the 8th and final gear. Alignment, we went with the rear camber at 0 to flatten that tire out. The rear anti-roll bars, we went all the way hard at 65. For the springs, we left it alone in the front and all the way hard in the rear. For the ride height, we left it alone at 5.3. We didn't touch the rebound stiffness front and rear. We left it alone. Same for the bump stiffness. Left it alone front and rear. We did nothing with the aero, nothing with brake, and nothing with the differential. Here's the share code if you're interested in this tune. Let's go ahead and get it a simple and easy launch. And this thing is off to the races. This is the stock engine, guys. Listen how smooth that thing goes through the gears. This thing gets up and down the track. Very nice car. Up and down the track at 188.64 in the half mile. Stock engine. This is what the car looks and sounds like from the inside. This thing is nice. I love the attention to detail. Listen to that stock engine, and let's go ahead and get a launch for you. This is what it sounds like inside. Very nice car. I can see this thing being useful for a lot of applications. All right, let's go ahead and put this thing in the 1/4 of a mile so we can show you what we can get out of it in the 1/4 of a mile. Simple and easy launch, and we are off to the races again. No spinning at all. Smooth through the gears. And look at what this thing puts down. Stock engine 163.21 in a quarter of a mile. And this is what the car looks like from the outside. Very stable. It's stiff. This thing is going to be a monster. You're going to surprise a lot of people. I hope you've enjoyed this video. And if you have, please like, share, and subscribe. This is Q50 Beast. Peace out.